Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries. Again today, I would say glad to see you, but I can't see you, but you can see me. So thank you for letting me share your valuable time. Today was previewed a little harsh on this place that we moved to, but it deserves to be harsh. So let's get started. I'm not going to really get into like the moving here part or like the getting here part, I'm giving you the where we landed part and what it's like, what it has been like. So we left Los Angeles for several reasons. It was getting way too expensive, including the HOA, which was like $600. I was paying like $2,800 for a 1-2 bedroom condo in Toluca Lake. Wasn't viable, didn't like the school situation, didn't like our situation, was getting very complicated. There was a billboard on the corner where our condo was for Tucson. So long story short, I basically pointed to a map like blindly, and there's Tucson and there's the billboard, and we knew we had to leave. We knew the time had come when we could no longer afford to live in Los Angeles. My son was still a minor. And of course, I was on disability because, oh my God, it was 17 different reasons, and they are all physical and involve excruciating pain. Nonstop, but whatever. Everyone's got a hard luck story, right? Right. So for whatever reason, we're out. I have a good friend in LA that has connections in Tucson, or, a realtor connection and a friend. And so through that, we took whatever little profit we made on our condo, which was not much, and put it down on a tiny little place in Tucson. So we piled up the car, cat, everything we could take. We had a huge estate sale, and we drive out here. The minute I get off the freeway, I should have known that this place was an armpit. So we get to Tucson. I had bought a tiny little condo, like sight unseen almost. I saw a couple pictures because I had been looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't find anything that was within our budget and was not, in like some rat hole part of this armpit known as Tucson. Sweeping generalizations here, not meant to really offend many Tucsonans. Other than that, I don't fucking care. Excuse the language. So we get here, first condo, we walk in, the kitchen is flooded, the ceilings are about 6 feet high, and it looks like a motel inside, although I had seen pictures. So we stay there for a year. We make no friends here at all. Now, we're not social, we don't drink, we don't run out to restaurants where you might bump into people or things like that because we have no money to do those things. So we made no friends for the first, year that we stayed in that first tiny condo. We were friendly with a neighbor, but, she ended up moving, and it wasn't really a friendship, She showed us a couple sites and stuff like that, but that petered out. We had to move, she moved, whatever. Our only friend is gone. So I find this place that's a house, but it's in like a cluster of houses, and it's a complex. So it's basically a condo townhouse, full houses, like ours is semi-detached, but they're condos. They're just houses. So we move here, just able enough to, again, sell that tiny hole in the wall to get this house, or at least a down payment. So the mortgage is relatively reasonable. It's like a third of what it would be in Los Angeles for probably a studio, much less a bachelor apartment, which, what is it going now for $3,500 depending on where you live in LA? So we're now at this townhouse. I'm in the loft of the house. It's a good sized house. So there is a social club. No alcohol, just a social club, like lounge, open all day, geared towards events in the evening. Jazz or poetry or whatever. That's sort of like the crux of the place, but they stay open. It's a lounge, non-alcoholic, some snacks. So that's the only place to go, right? It's not that far. So we start going there and hanging out. And over time, 1 by 2 by 1 by 3 by 2 by 1, we make acquaintances at this place. I also have a friend who's, a friend that I met through a couple other people, who's a well-to-do woman, family woman.